NFL playoffs are underway.
And we've got the picks for the big matchups in Week 2 next on Two Girls on Sports.
What you got?
Hey everyone, I'm Jaina.
And I'm Erica. You're watching Two Girls on Sports. So the NFL wildcard weekend is over, and some surprising teams like San Diego and Arizona advanced to the next round, while MVP Peyton Manning's Colts, who had won 9 games in a row going into the playoffs, are out. Now, you never know exactly what's going to happen in the postseason, but Jaina, who do you think is going to win this coming weekend? Let's start with the AFC. Ravens, Titans, what do you think?
All right, well, I'm going to talk about the Ravens and the Titans. It's going to be a complete defensive matchup. It's going to be whichever defense can manage to shut down the other's offense. You're talking about the number 2 and the number 7 defenses in the league. I mean, I don't think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. You're also talking about a veteran quarterback versus a rookie quarterback, and which one is going to prove themselves. Flacco came out, and he proved himself to be a young Ben Roethlisberger, coming out winning his first playoff game that he's ever been in. However, he is going to need to put up better numbers to win in this matchup. He is going to definitely have to prove himself in this game. And then you've got Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins has not won a playoff game since 2001 when he was there with the Giants. He has had a solid year. Defense has been behind him in Tennessee. He has been well protected and well taken care of, but I really think it's going to come down to whichever team's defense puts up the bigger fight.
Can you pick a team? Would you pick someone? Who would you say?
Can I pick a team?
Can you pick a team? It's a hard one.
I don't know if I can. They both have a ton of injuries. Defensive tackle Albert Hainsworth, however, is going to come back this week for the Titans. He's going to be well rested, and I think if he can have a solid game, I think the Titans move on. I think that he is that valuable to their defense.
All right. Well, I will discuss the Chargers, my new team for the week since the Falcons are out, and the Steelers. Now, people are looking at the Chargers as the underdog, and granted, they are the underdog, but did you see how they ran over the Colts last weekend? We're talking about Phillip Rivers, who's not nearly as tenured as Peyton Manning, who went into that game and led his team to a victory in overtime. Playoff time, clutch player, that was Phillip Rivers this weekend. Now, the Chargers finished this regular season second in scoring in the league. They've won 5 straight to get them to the divisional game this weekend. Now, they have some threats on special teams, and Sproles, little tiny 5'6" Sproles, ran all over the Colts this weekend. I was so excited to see him. I thought to myself, if he can do it, I'm 5'6", I can do it. Now, Big Ben over at the Steelers, he's coming off his concussion. Now, granted, he's had a couple of weeks to rest. They should be ready to fight against the Chargers, and them being the underdog, the Chargers being the underdog, the Steelers might have that little extra defensive power to have what it takes to win this game. They also, though, have to be careful not to commit turnovers and not to commit penalties. Even though Big Ben has a Super Bowl ring, under his belt, or on his finger rather, they are notorious, the Steelers are, for penalties and for mistakes. So that's what they're going to have to watch out for. The Steelers have a top-rated defense, too. So the defense is going to be key to stopping the Chargers' offense. We'll see. I don't know if I can pick. I want to say Chargers and go with my heart, but I think more realistically, Steelers.
Yee! All right,
okay.
Move it on over.
NFC.
We've got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Giants. I think that this could be a great game because so far this year, Philly has proved to be the sleeper, which is exactly what the Giants were last year. Philly could turn around and upset the Giants if they continue to play strongly. Donovan McNabb is putting up the best numbers of his career. I think it's, we threatened him earlier in the season with, we're going to put you on the bench,
Exactly.
and all of a sudden he's coming out on fire, and he looks great. He really does. If cornerback Asante Samuel comes out strong and healthy from his hip strain, that's going to be a huge if. You have to remember, Plaxico Burress is no longer on that field. He is out of the lineup. That gives Samuel and Brown a great chance to work on play press coverage, and the two of them, that could really help them out a lot. If the Eagles can come up with a game plan to remember where the injuries are in New York and remember where your strengths lie.
Exactly.
And really use your players, really use the field. I really think that the Eagles could come out and upset the Giants. However, the Giants are the more solid team. They have been the more solid team. They have proven themselves all year long. Even last year when people were questioning them, do they really belong in the Super Bowl? Then they win the Super Bowl. They proved themselves all year long. The Giants should come out with the win, but if Philly can come up with a good game plan, they could take home the upset this year.
Can you pick one? Or are you just going to straddle the fence?
No, I'm straddling the fence because I
fair.
don't necessarily think, I think that this is going to be the game to watch this weekend.
That's fair. Now, I'm going to move over to the Cardinals versus the Panthers. Now, my heart is really sour and sad because the Cardinals beat my Falcons, and the Panthers are in my division, so I hope they both lose. However, Arizona really did a great job of holding Michael Turner last weekend against Atlanta, and they can actually play a little bit of defense. I don't think anyone knew that Arizona had the defense that they showed they had this past weekend. If they can play that same kind of defense and run the ball, they might be a threat to the Panthers. But then again, Atlanta had so many turnovers, so many penalties, so many mistakes, and I really think that's what helped the Cardinals go to that 30-24 victory. Now the Panthers, on the other hand, they know how to control the ball. Controlling the ball means controlling the clock. Controlling the clock means probably winning the game. The Panthers are also 5-0 against the Cardinals. So if history means anything, then maybe they'll be 6-0 against the Cardinals this weekend. Panthers have had a little bit of time to rest, so they, like the Steelers, have a little bit of an advantage when they have some rest under their belt. So I am going to say Panthers all the way. Panthers all the way.
I agree with you.
All right. Well,
I just think that everyone should be happy that the 49ers didn't make the playoffs this year.
why is that? Because teams want a real challenge?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the Falcons playing this weekend?
The same team the Niners are playing. So let's not talk about that. I'm Erica.
And I'm Jana. Thanks for watching Two Girls on Sports.
What you got?